NHL Nightly with your host, the sportsman, a.k.a. Peter Lebowski, a.k.a. Jeremiah Maxwell. And with him, as always, maybe Pearlo, Wisdom, and Rico in Barry.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to NHL Nightly. I'm Jeremiah Maxwell, brought to you by Fans First Sports Network. I hope everybody's doing good. Hope everybody's winning their hockey bets. With me, as always, is Rico and Barry, Pearlo Wisdom, Mr. Pearlo Wisdom, handicapper extraordinaire in Edmonton, Alberta. We've got all walks of life, all areas of the country nailed down. I'm coming direct from Anchorage, Alaska, if you're not aware. Thank you so much for being with us. Dropping the scores real quick. 6-5, Boston loses to Pittsburgh at home. You guys both had the Bruins?
Yeah, that hurt. I had it for quite a bit, too. That one hurt.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody had Pittsburgh scoring 6 goals. But I did think they looked pretty good against the Caps, and we're going to be pissed after that loss. You both had the Sabres. I had the Habs. Just because that was that $5 plus, there was a big plus. Home. The Sabres absolutely smashed the Habs 6-1. Rangers get back on their winning ways, beat the Blackhawks rightfully so 4-1. I think Colin Blackwell was former lead at the goal for the Blackhawks. I was a little surprised in the All-Star things. We'll talk about that too, the All-Star names. Blue Jackets winning a shootout against the Flyers. Actually kind of disappointing loss for the Flyers because they were up 2-0 in that one. I think everybody was on the Flyers in that one. But it was their first year back.
Draw as well, too.
Oh, you guys had the draw. Okay, so the draw that works out if you get the shootout, right? The draw, that's a win, correct? Okay, Avalanche versus Stars. That's 3-2 in favor of the Stars. I think I had the Stars in that one. You guys had. Hey, Tim, thanks for being with us. Daniel Barry, Sports Highlights. Thanks for being with us. Lightning are up 3-0 on the Wild. Boy, the Wild are not the same with Spurgeon out again. Now with the Kaprizov, that's a bad deal. Flames 5-3. Beating the Preds. Canucks 1-1 against the Blues. Wow, the Blues knotted that up. Colton Parayko. By the way, did you know Colton Parayko? I have him on my fantasy team. This was his 7th goal of the year. He's having a decent year. Wow. And we're talking about it right now, Salty. Islanders at Yotes. Islanders are up 2-0. I think you both were on the Islanders in that one, weren't you?
Yeah, I didn't bet on it, but that's what I like.
Coyotes there.
I think I stayed away from that one.
Yeah.
I didn't bet it.
Back in the puck is about to drop. That game is on TSN and Root Sports Northwest. And Panthers Golden Knights, the game of the night. I got the Panthers Kachuk, and I got the Stevenson Golden Knights over the shoulder. That game's about to drop. That's going to be a great game. And Red Wings Kings. And then the late, these are all 7:30 Eastern puck drops. 10:30 Eastern puck drops. Red Wings Kings and Jets Sharks. Definitely not going to watch Jets Sharks. Not going to watch Jets Sharks, I don't think. I don't know where you guys are at. So let everybody know how you're doing on your bets and stuff.
Yeah, the bets went good. I had the Columbus Philly tie, the Rangers puck line, and then I had the Sabres as well too. Took a few point props. I took a long shot on a Keandre Miller goal prop tonight, but that didn't hit. Dallas pulled it out again. Colorado over first period 1.5. It took till the last 8 minutes of the first period for each of them to score, but that ended up winning as well too, which is nice.
Yeah, that's still a good game. That's still going.
But I like Florida here tonight. I know I mentioned Vegas last night, but Florida was so banged up when they played Vegas and in the Cup final and stuff. I think they just got a little bit of an edge to them tonight. And I think Florida just comes out and Vegas better be ready tonight.
Yeah, Tim says he needs a draw in Dallas, and he has a Kachuk parlay for both games. Anytime goal. That's a good one. And then he has a shutout for Winnipeg. I like it, Tim. Those are good. That's it's be interesting here. Okay, I'm having a problem pulling up this Vegas Golden Knights game. I don't know what the hell's going on
I got a
Yeah,
little on. I got a
started.
little on Vegas. I just think that Vegas, when these are the games they win, they may lose to like your random teams, like and stuff like that. But like when they played LA, those are the games that they're really gonna bear down on. So I'm not saying they're gonna win. I can see a draw, but I think they're gonna come out for this game.
Blues just went up 2-1. Robert Thomas. That is 11 minutes left to go in the third. So
I didn't have anything on that. So.
That would be a good win for the Blues. Shutout pays 8-1. I like it. I like it, Tim. Way to be ballsy on that one. I didn't have any fantasy parlays or anything. I thought about it, but honestly, today we got a lot of snow, so I had to spend a lot of my day removing snow. So we have room around the house to move. If you don't stay on top of it, you know when it starts coming in Edmonton, Pearlo, you got to do the same thing. I guess it's probably not as bad if you're in a complex or something and they remove snow for you, but I don't have that luxury. Yeah, that's helpful.
I'm in a condo, so yeah.
Yeah, that's helpful. Well, and I'm sure they make you pay for that service anyway. So, in a roundabout way, and dues or some form. Okay, so I just wanted to spend a quick little bit of time. I know this went pretty buck wild in Canada as far as Jonathan Botterill versus Jamal Mayers and the other fella on the desk there, which his name escapes me.
Sam Constantino.
Yeah, Sam Constantino. And I like Constantino. I think that Mayers and Constantino were basically on the same side. They basically said, yeah, you know, the Winnipeg Jets needed to pay the price for Brendan Dillon's dirty cross checks on Kaprizov. He injured him he injured him. And I was listening to Colby Cohen this morning, and I love these guys who cover the sport and don't watch it. He was like, yeah, it was a few weeks ago. No, Colby, it wasn't a few weeks ago. It was the day before. It was a Friday, Saturday, or was it a Saturday, Sunday matinee? You pointed it out, Rico. They played back to back, or there was no length in between the times. They were both matinee games between Winnipeg and Minnesota. Now, those aren't extremely long distances, but Seattle's already in a power play to start this game. And I cannot get the Golden Knights game to come up, so that sucks. We'll have to see what's going on there. Maybe I can. Hold on. Sorry. I just want your guys' thoughts. I really feel like when the players are policing the game, my opinion, the game is better for it. And I don't know where you guys sit on this.
No, absolutely. Like in a nutshell, there's just too much slashing and cross-checking to the head instead of punches to the face, in my opinion. That's the problem with the NHL instigator rule. It needs to be gone so there's accountability for fucking douchebags on the ice.
Exactly.
That's basically my thought on that.
Just about everybody thinks that. It's just never going to happen. And I don't know what the answer is for it not, now that it hasn't happened. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Sorry, Pearl, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I would say I think they could fairly get rid of the instigator call now because a lot of the goon hockey players are out of the league. There's really not just straight fighters anymore. You know, Tom Wilson's a fighter, but he's a 20-goal scorer. He's a skilled forward. He plays on the top line. I'm saying, like, you can be physically tough, drop the gloves, and still be a good player. Now, is he a unicorn in some regard? Yes. But, like, you still have Liam O'Brien, Ryan Reeves. You know, you still have a few guys, Pat Maroon, who can throw the gloves, but they're still solid hockey players. Anyway, Pearlo, finish your point. I think you could get rid of the instigator, and that would help.
I think if you did get rid of the instigator, it would creep back in that there'd be guys that maybe don't have as much talent, but playing on the roster again. Especially with it being the talent pool being depleted with expansion now. I think you could see that happening where you pay a guy league minimum and he sits on the pine most of the time until somebody does something stupid and they throw him in there, or they keep him in the AHL and bring him up for certain spots. Yeah. But I mean, that being said, I don't see anything wrong with that. But the problem is they do see something wrong with that, you know, and whatever the reason, like they feel that the average fan, like certain types of fans don't like that sort of thing. And I guess that's the only thing I can think of. But Golden Knights scored, by the way.
Oh, did they? Okay, thanks for the update there. Yeah, I couldn't get that game to pull up, and quite honestly, that game's just starting. This St. Louis Vancouver game is real tight. 2-1, 7:47 left. Also, the Dallas Stars versus the Dallas just potted one. Tyler Seguin to make it 4-2.
Yeah,
okay,
I got
good.
the Dallas game on and the Vegas game. I got those two on.
So yeah, I had the Seattle Kraken Ottawa Senators game on. So
I got a big bet on the over in that game, so I'm happy to hear that. Hopefully we get one more there.
Okay, I'll update the score. I heard something today from he covers the Oilers, Douglas. No, Jason. He's on the Oilers Nation. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on, it'll be easy for me to do this.
The two.
Barbashev. Ian at the Ice Guys had me convinced to take Florida tonight. I was going to take Vegas, but I don't know. This game's early, 16 minutes left.
Everybody was on Florida, dude. I mean, it started out, they were dogs last night, and they were minus 120.
Yeah.
So money came in Florida. I've been a huge Florida guy right from the beginning of the season. A lot of
but you were on Vegas this whole time. We got to give you credit. You called Vegas the whole time. You got it right.
Vegas was pissed off after that outdoor game against Seattle, so you knew they were going to come out.
A little bit about that, and I mean, who cares? They've only got one goal yet, so they haven't won anything yet.
Yeah, too early.
I just see Vegas as they've realized that you got to pace yourself throughout the season like Tampa did, but certain games like this one, when you're playing against a team that you played in the finals, you're going to pull it out here. So that's the reason why I took it. But
yeah, I'll just say this: I remember the game that Florida played them in Florida, and I thought it was probably the most dominant period of hockey I've seen. They ended up not scoring right away, but it was probably the most dominant period of hockey that I can remember this year, where a team didn't score, but like I want to say they had like 30 shots. It was unbelievable how badly Florida worked them, and I just know they have a chip on their shoulder because they weren't healthy. I really feel like we as hockey fans got cheated by, not seeing Jason. His name is Jason. Oh, I can't think of his name. Anyway, Jason.
Strudwick?
No,
not Jason York.
No, he works for Oilers Nation. He does a bunch of stuff. I think he was with Sportsnet a while back too. I've tweeted at him. Here, hold on. Here, I can tell you. Hold on. Anyway, what were we talking about? I'm totally off base here. Oh, he said this. He said that he would like to see the NHL get rid of checks from behind. He doesn't understand why. He did agree with the Jason Zucker's 3-game suspension. Again, I don't know how Nick Cousins doesn't get fined or something for his hit on Valimaki, but yeah, I don't get it, man. Like it feels. Let's see. Oh, Jason Gregor. God, sorry, Jason.
Oh, okay.
I know you're not going to watch this show, but I apologize. Like Jason Gregor. I agree with him. Like, from the youth era for a long time now, they've had the stop signs on the back of the jerseys. We need to start nailing these guys for hitting behind. And that's why I'm okay with the Jason Zucker 3-game suspension. Anyway, Tim says, when young players knowingly nobody is going to come for them stupid shit, there is more showing up. It wouldn't surprise me to see getting crippled the next 3 years. Yeah, I really think you have to have the players police themselves. I think they should amend the instigator rule. I also think they need to change the suspension thing. It should never go to the commissioner. It should go to an independent arbitrator, and it should go right away. Do you know that David Perron still has not had his appeal heard? That's ridiculous. He's already served the suspension. The only thing now is he gets money back if they do it. So honestly, like it is what it is. So we'll see how it goes. I want to hear what you guys have to say. Oh, Colorado got a goal. By the way, I missed it. 4-3.
There's your over, Pearlo.
Here's my over.
You got your over. You got your over. There's a lot of time left. This game is getting tied. I wouldn't be surprised. Dallas has definitely been the better team 5v5, but Colorado has been the better team on special teams. So,
Yeah.
Taking Josh Morris.
I also had Colorado money line on this game too, so I had both. I had the over on Colorado money line. But it's just simple that there is a narrative out there that you're going to get more fans. I don't know the numbers. Somehow they statistically believe that you're going to get more people watching if you don't have the violence.
I disagree.
I don't buy it. I don't buy it, but they have statistical evidence that says that is the case. And the other thing is there's a lot of pressure in the minor leagues, and like for the kids and stuff like that, and the whole bullying thing and blah 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 blah. That it just keeps on rolling in this narrative that they bought into. And I mean, that was the whole point when they got rid of the instigator rule. So I don't see them reneging. I just don't see it.
What
I
about?
wish they would, but
Yeah, do you guys agree on that penalty on Bobby McCann last night? Basically, giving Mintyukov a little shove in Anaheim, and he basically didn't brace himself for the hit.
So I didn't see it, but everybody I trust opinion on it, Kiprio, Sammy McKee. And I know Sammy's a Leafs fan like you, so I didn't see it. So I'll just say this. I love how they review these things for fucking ever and still get them wrong. That's so annoying. From what I understood, it should have been probably a 2-minute boarding penalty. I don't know where you guys said. I didn't see it. But
There was no arms pushing out. He just basically shouldered just a little bit. He didn't even push into him or anything at all. It's just Mintyukov did not even expect to get touched there. And he just went flying into the boards because he was 3 feet away from him.
Which is crazy for a Russian player because they play pretty dirty over there.
Yeah, it looked harmless. He looked like he went flying in there. But the game's fast and the replays are slow, right? It happens in a split second, and you can go over it 50 million times and dissect everything now.
So Tim disagrees with you, Rico. He says it was a good call and McMahon didn't need to push him. I'll say this. There used to be some onus on the individual player protecting himself, but I also understand, like, if you don't have to hit a guy from behind or push him from behind, just don't do it because you're not going to get. Now, that being said, could McMahon stop? Was he able to stop? I mean, those are the questions you have. I don't. Everything I heard, I don't think it deserved a 5-minute major in a game misconduct, but.
Both ways. It looked like he just went flying a little bit more than the hit looked like, or even the brush against. That's all.
Yeah, there should be some onus on the player there too. You shouldn't be allowed to turn your back at the last minute and get a fucking call. I mean, you have to protect yourself in some regard too. So Kraken just scored 1-0. I
just put a live over 5.5, and then they scored. So
nice.
Yeah.
All right. And Ottawa came out kind of guns blazing. They got 9 shots to Seattle's 5, but Seattle's playing good, man. And I'll just say this straight up. Ottawa does not have good goaltending with Korpisalo in there. Pearlo, you were on that from the jump. We talked about that at nauseum. Okay, Pearlo, just real quick, final thoughts on that. And
well, I didn't see it either, but
okay.
I didn't see it either, but accountability has gone to shit in this league all around. Like what we're talking about players policing the game, players going into a corner properly to take a hit. Like, as far as I'm concerned, most of these hit from behinds is on the player that got hit from behind. You're a freaking idiot. Like, you go into a corner, you take a side, and you pick that side, and you take it on the shoulder. That's what you do.
Yeah,
You never turn your back into the boards when a guy's behind you, ever. And if you did, good for you.
Well,
shouldn't be hitting from behind at all. Never was before, and it shouldn't be now. So.
I remember Don Cherry talking about this. Just allow the guys to bear hug them. Like, don't call holding in the corner at all. Like, allow them to bear hug them. They can't hold them for more than a second, but let them hold them.
For a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. And Tim, I agree with that. In minor, they put the onus on the player doing the hitting to hold up, and that's why they have the stop signs. I get that, too. I think both guys are responsible. But I agree, though. You got to protect yourself, too. And, you're putting yourself in a dangerous, vulnerable position. I can't believe Johnson didn't score there, man.
When I played, you never had your face to the boards in the corner, ever.
Well, especially, I think now the boards are so much more forgiving than when you played too. It was like, didn't you some of those arenas you guys grew up playing in have like cinder block like boards and stuff?
Well, they were a lot more. They hurt, yeah, for sure. But
well, remember the seamless glass. Remember the seamless glass? Like, that shit was like into a brick wall.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But it was better to watch. The game was better to watch with the seamless glass. I think eventually they'll come back, but now the boards give so much. When someone gets up against the boards, it's like, when we went to the Toronto game, it's amazing how loud it is. I sat in the corner for the first game I went against Calgary, and it was unbelievably loud. So Tim says the change in hockey is what caused me to stop reffing organized hockey. Yeah, that, and I'm sure the people were just absolute ass clowns to you too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I still think hockey still has some of the best officiating of all the sports. If you look at the NFL every week, it's like an absolute joke. It's like you're a $20 billion a year industry and you don't have full-time refs. I saw Tim Peel tweet that out the other day. He goes, it blows me away that the NFL makes $20 billion a year and they don't have full-time refs. At least the NHL has full-time refs. I'm still in favor of getting rid of linesmen altogether, going to automatic puck dropping from the top or just down. And
it's like bubble hockey. It's like bubble hockey.
Exactly like bubble hockey.
From the bottom of the ice, it just pops up.
Well, all I'm trying to do is create more space on the ice. If they're not going to go to a hybrid ice where we have a little bit more room to let the skill I just want it a little bit wider. No, it doesn't even have to be longer. Just make it a little bit wider. 4 feet wider would be awesome. But I was
hoping you were talking about the hockey rinks there.
So, but I'm saying like if you got rid of the fucking two linesmen, or is it, I don't know, is there 4 linesmen and 2 refs? I mean, how many are on there now? Is it 2 linesmen? It's 2 linesmen and 2 refs, right? You just need 2 refs. The 2 linesmen can fuck off. You have a little 14-year-old with a laptop that sits right along the boards and he goes, offsides, onsides, offsides, onsides, the automatic puck dropping machine. And then if it's an illegal face-off, the fucking refs do it. And you have a third official in the fucking thing. So if something's reviewed, they can review everything, but they review it on the fly. So if it's a thing, boom, fucking change it. Nope, that was a penalty. Nope, that was a stick. Nope, that was fucking bullshit. But you don't, the guys that are on the ice don't go to a little monitor and make the fucking call, because I think a lot of times their egos get in the way. You need a third official in the box. So this is not going to lose guys' jobs. The linesmen can be the guys with the lap. They just don't need to be on the ice. I want to create space for, anyway. KQ's laughing at me.
Or the blue line just lights up when you go offside. The blue line lights up when it's offside.
Tim says, although I played in Bowmanville, they had page wire behind the nets. It does. Officials in Canada are by far are the best by far. Most NHL refs come to our systems. OHL, yeah. Tim, I think they're pretty good here in the U.S. too. I think the biggest problem is it's the parents and stuff at these low levels that get rid of a lot of these guys. But I will say this too: they need to recruit former players. Like I know Wes McCauley was a former player. I know he's not the Leafs' favorite ref to have, but like I like him for the most part. I think he's pretty fair.
Interesting why more ex-NHL players don't just become refs. You're staying on the ice, you're right in the game still, you're in the action. Some people miss the game and stuff. That's the closest way to get back to it.
I would directly recruit guys that are like fringe AHL, NHL guys that aren't really going to play at the league, but can, before they also get them young, before they have all these, I hate this fucking guy, I hate that guy. By the way, Blues won 2-1. That game went final.
Wow, big win for St. Louis. They're making a playoff, Pearlo.
Yeah.
I see Kevin Hayes hoisting the cup, buddy.
That's why I didn't play that.
I don't blame you.
I didn't play that game because I've been saying I still think Vancouver is going to regress in the second half.
Well, they're gonna lose some games, and this isn't a terrible loss, 2-1. I mean, that's not a bad loss on the road. I mean, with Jordan Bennington in that, he's one of the better goalies in the league. When he's on his game, there are a few that are better. Lightning are up 3-1 on the Wild late. There's 4 minutes left to go in this Avs game. Oh, maybe I can get this Vegas Golden Knights game to pop up now. That would be interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I think they're gonna probably drop down a couple spots. I don't think they're winning their underlying numbers just suggest that they're not going to be able to keep this up. So I don't think they're going to miss the play. Yeah, I don't think they're going to miss the playoffs necessarily, but
they have some injuries still, correct?
But their second half isn't going to be as good as their first. That's what I think. So I'm going to be.
Don't they have the best record? Don't they have the best record in the Pacific right now? Let me look real quick.
I think it's going to drop.
They're number one in the Pacific right now, right? They passed.
I'll say they're just over 500 for the rest of the way. That's what I think.
I like this wild card view because it gives you the reality. So right now for the East, the teams that are in Boston, Florida, Toronto, New York, Carolina, the New York Islanders, Flyers, and Devils. On the outside looking in, but right there are Capitals, Penguins, and Tampa Bay is going to actually, I think Tampa Bay with the win tonight will be at 43 points if that game's not over. So they'll take over the last wild card. Anyway, in the Pacific, Vancouver's number one, 51 points. They're tied with Colorado, but Colorado doesn't win this game. That won't change. And they have only 10 losses, and Colorado has 11-3. So it's a little different. And the two wildcard teams are Nashville and Arizona. Arizona is in their game too, I think. That game is close. Calgary just scored 6-3. Okay. Yep. Okay. So that's going to be over then. That's probably over.
Oh, that's right. I had Colorado Avalanche team total over 2.5 at a juicy -160 for 4 units. So that one helped me out a lot. Made up for the Boston game. So that was good.
Yeah, the thing that scares me about Boston is they're just they're just not. They need some depth up front, man. I mean, you just can't lose Krejci and Bergeron and think everything's going to be meat and potatoes. They've done so well because their defensive goaltending have kept them in it. And really, Marchand and Pasternak are having pretty good years. And you're seeing guys like Coyle and Pavel Zacha step up. But I just think long term, those guys are streaky guys. You're gonna come down to earth a little bit. They got to add somebody. They'll probably get like Lindholm or something. Typical Boston move, get like a top 6 guy, no problem. Like
the problem is what are they going to give up? They don't have much in the cupboard anymore to pick up a guy.
I mean, but they always seem to add. They gave up they get Orlov. They added so much. They added Bertuzzi. They added a lot last year, and it's like, what do they have?
But they had first round picks and stuff. Now they don't even have that. Like
their first round pick, the cap that's already done and over with. Yeah, it was last year's. They gave up last year's.
Let me see here what they have.
They have their first from this year. I don't think they have their second or third, but they have their first this year. I mean, they're definitely a team that's like, they are not in rebuild mode, so they don't need to save shit. If they can get a guy, especially like a guy like Lindholm, where they can re-sign him, like, I don't know. I give up a first for him.
Well, you're going to need more than a first. That's the thing. Yeah, they do have.
Yeah, but I mean, like, maybe they could do like a three-way trade. Like Jake DeBrusk goes to Edmonton or something. Isn't he from there?
Yeah.
And they get like a prospect from Edmonton and sauce that prospect to the Flames for Lindholm and a first.
I think you could make a case to bring to like a first DeBrusk to Calgary. I mean, DeBrusk could go back to Calgary, right? I mean,
that could be fair. Yeah.
And then
by the way, the Panthers tied that game up, right?
Oh, did they? Okay.
Yeah, Sam Bennett.
I didn't have time to do props today much, so because I would have done a lot more. Florida.
Colorado just scored with the empty net, 4-4. Who do you think got the goal? It was Logan O'Connor, I think. Yeah, I mean, Dallas misses Ottinger too. That's a should have had it right there. Oh my God. Good job. They showed a girl crying in the stands. Oh, geez, brutal. So that's going to go to OT most likely. I'll just change that. Okay, and we did get I did update the score.
They may think I don't think that's a kicking motion.
Oh, you think it might get, I mean, they could challenge it, but the ref was right there and I don't know, the ref was right there, so I think it's going to be hard. Slew foot on Gilbert, calling it 5. Gilbert for who? Hey, thank you, Andrew. Yeah, leave a like, subscribe, turn on notifications, share the stream, tell your friends that like hockey, that like gambling. We're doing this. This is the last show of the week. We're back Monday. Everybody have a great weekend. Rico, Andrew has a question for you. Did you shave tonight? Oh, you're muted, Rico. I got you. I can't mute.
Yeah, I did yesterday because I had a job interview this morning.
Hey, I shaved tonight too, Andrew. Can you tell? Right there, buddy.
I'm growing the playoff beard early for the Maple Leafs. I'm starting.
Dude, Leafs are in the conference finals. I think they're going to be in the conference finals in the East. I think the East is weak. Everybody keeps saying the West is weak. I think the East is weak. I think the West is the fucking dominant division. And there's 4 teams that could win it in the West easy. I think Edmonton could make it and go on a run, and they could win it with their talent. I think Colorado could easily win it. They just got to add a little bit of depth. Dallas could win it. Vegas Golden Knights are the favorite, baby, in my opinion. You know what, Pearlo? They're not the gambling favorites right now. There's 7 teams. Edmonton's one of them, 7-1, and you could get that Vegas Golden Knights at like 11-1 right now.
That's probably a good bet.
I think people are sleeping when they get. This is good, like you said, when they get healthy. So, oh man, I thought Dallas was going to win a good one there, and they couldn't pull it off though. That's
boys.
brutal.
Did you see who's representing the Columbus Blue Jackets in the first 32 of the All-Star game? Take a wild guess.
It's Johnny Gaudreau.
Take another guess.
Oh, it's Is it
Take a guess, Pearlo. Who? And it's not Gaudreau. Who's going to be there for the All-Star game?
We should just talk about that.
Okay, what's that again? Okay, I'm talking to people in the chat here, so I'm not fully paying attention.
So they named the first 32 for the All-Star games. And who do you think's representing the Columbus Blue Jackets? And it's not Johnny Gaudreau.
Fantilli.
No.
I got it.
Right
here. We'll share this. We'll
Jenner, Werenski's hurt again. So
no, it's Boone Jenner. I just
Jenner,
interesting.
yeah,
He was
Jenner,
the first one to be named off that team.
Jenner would have to. Yeah, okay.
So I've got the list.
He's the only one that deserves it. But
yeah, I agree.
The fans love Jenner, and he's the only guy with any heart on that team.
Fantilli should be it, Tim. I agree. I love Bruce Jenner, but Fantilli should get on there. Okay, so here's the list. Frank Vetrano, his first. He deserves it for Anaheim. Clayton Keller for Arizona. Don't have a problem with that. David Pastrnak for Boston. Duh. Rasmus Dahlin for Buffalo. I think that's accurate. Tage Thompson's been banged up. And Elias Lindholm for Calgary. Sebastian Aho for Carolina. He's definitely been their best player. Connor Bedard, pretty good. And he deserves it.
All-Star game.
Yep, he deserves it. He'll go to 19 more probably. Nathan McKinnon, only his fifth. That's weird. Boone Jenner, I like it. Jake Ottinger, banged up. He might not go. Alex DeBrincat for the Detroit Red Wings makes sense. He was tore it up early in the year. Connor McDavid, wow, that's a shock. I can't believe McDavid made it. It's only his seventh. Sam Reinhart. Hasn't McDavid been in the league only 7 years?
Something like that.
2015?
He'll never not be an All-Star unless he doesn't just want to go.
Once he loses his legs when he's like 35 or something, he may not make it, but we'll see. I doubt it. He'll probably be the best player.
He could lose his legs and still be the fastest guy in the NHL.
Who had Cam Talbot as an All-Star on their bingo card before the year started?
Nobody. Kirill Kaprizov, he's probably not going to make it either if he's injured. Nick Suzuki, that makes sense. Philip Forsberg's had a really good year quietly. Jack Hughes, he was like 1.5 points per game, and then he got banged up. Matt Barzal, that's good for Islanders. Shesterkin, I actually thought this was a miss here. I thought this should have been Panarin. Panarin's having a really good year, and I'm a big critic of Panarin. Brady Tkachuk for Ottawa. Travis Konechny for Philly. He had 2 goals tonight. Konechny's been awesome this year for them. Sidney Crosby. It's only Crosby's 6th, huh? That's crazy. McDavid has more All-Star appearances than Crosby.
He's turned it down quite a bit.
I think if you don't go, you get suspended. So I don't believe that is true. You'll have to find it in writing where he's turned it down. I know Ovechkin is not gone, and he got suspended for it.
Right.
So
all you got to do is make up an injury.
That's not been the case. No, he did have a couple of years where he was injured, so that could be part of it too. But he's been in the league fucking 20 years, 15, 17 years, something like that. That's interesting. He's Oliver Bjork's also, again, proves my point that these fucking who's better than who. He plays on a good team with a lot of good players. Jake Gensel, All-Star. Malkin, All-Star. Letang, All-Star. And I think there'll be other guys from that team that make it anyway. Oliver Bjork, Stanford. I like that for Seattle. That's good shit. Robert Thomas for St. Louis, his first. I don't mind that. Nikita Kucherov, his 5th. He deserves it. He's fucking ridiculous this year. Austin Matthews, I assume Hot Take Hockey's already starting his national campaign to get Morgan Riley there. And I assume Willie Nylander will be there too. Both those guys deserve it too. I mean, Quinn Hughes for Vancouver. He could win the Hart and the Norris this year. Jack Eichel, I agree with that. My main man, Tom Wilson, don't have a problem with it. I think a lot of people were here. Ian Olin, who does Rush Machine Never Breaks. It's a Capitals blog. He was all bent that it wasn't Ovechkin. I was like, I thought it would be a disgrace if it was Ovechkin this year. Connor Hellebuck definitely deserves it. So that's pretty good. And then we're going to see other players. So that's just the initial list.
But is this who votes on the first?
Andrew, is Austin Matthews not a Leafs player? Calm down, buddy.
Who votes on this first 32?
I think this was selected by. Okay, hold on. I'll let you know. The top 8 pointers will advance. So there's other. Oh, they're talking about the thing. I don't know who voted on it this year. It wasn't the fans this year. I don't. Oh no,
it must be the hockey right.
Okay, here's how it is. Here's what it is. Hold on. I gotta zoom out. Can you zoom back out? And you zoom back out. Okay. It says Matthews and Bedard highlight a group of 32 players selected by the NHL to play in the. Holy shit. I hope you guys could hear me. I had my microphone way away from me the whole time. Anyway, sorry about that. Austin Matthews and Connor Bedard highlight a group of 32 players selected by the NHL to play. Matthews, who leads the NHL 31. Okay, blah, blah, blah. The fans will select the final 12 players, 8 skates, 4 goalies through the 2024 All-Stars. So those were all selected. Those were all selected by whoever is selected, I guess the league. So you could see a Draisaitl or a, there's no way we're not going to see. Shit. Would you be shocked if Marner, Nylander, and Riley make it? It's in Toronto. So the fans will show out for them.
Yeah.
And then, there's a handful of other guys that deserve to be there, I'm sure. We could go through the whole thing. And I do not have a problem with every team having one representative. I think that is all. There's definitely an MVP on every team that deserves to represent his team in the All-Star game. It's for the fans. And because people are pissed, like Marner, do you think Marner is going to be sad if he doesn't get to go to the All-Star game? He'll probably go to Cabo for the fucking 4 days.
The thing is, it's in Toronto, so I would like to see Nylander, Matthews, Marner, and Riley there.
Well,
it happens in Toronto once in their career.
Oh yeah, but like
if that.
4 guys from one team is a little excessive. But I did see a thing today. It said what 3 team. I'll have to find the poll for you guys. It was a Sportsnet poll, but it was like who has the best team and best 3 players on the team. And they had McDavid, Draisaitl, Nugent Hopkins. They had McKinnon, Rantanen, Makar, and that's the one I voted for, and that's the one that was winning the poll. And then they had a couple others, but the 2, and I was like, I said McDavid's the best player, but I said Nugent Hopkins, I don't even know if I would put him as the 3rd best Oiler. I mean, he's pretty good, but it's like, Colorado won in overtime.
Hyman would dig those pucks out for those other 2.
Yeah. No, I mean, I might pick Hyman over Nugent Hopkins. Where are you at with that, Pearlo? You're the resident. So Colorado wins an OT. That's a heartbreaker for freaking.
It depends on what you like. Nuge is better 5-on-5 player than it depends on what you like.
He's more skilled. He's got more natural talent.
He's way better. He's way better at 2-way. Nuge is a way better 2-way player. But I mean, if you like that aggressive, offensive, kick your ass in the offensive zone guy, then Hyman's your guy there, right? So they're just 2 different players. So it's hard to say. I know. Is it you, Rico, that's not a Nuge fan? Who is it that's like totally not a Nuge fan?
I thought it was you.
No, I don't.
I have an affinity for players with hyphenated names. Raphael Harvey Pinard. Come on, man. I love players with hyphenated names. Devontae Smith Pelly. Are you fucking kidding me? Caps legend, Stanley Cup champion. I'm just saying, like
he did a good job at the World Junior. No, was that? Yeah, it was.
He was unbelievable for the Caps in their thing. So in their cup run, he was unbelievable. I think he had like 6 goals. He had like Oh, Gord scored for Seattle, so is that 2-0 then? Okay. All right.
I feel bad for Detroit tonight. LA's come out in the first 5 minutes and potted 2 already.
I knew Detroit was in trouble. I knew they were in trouble in this one, man.
I got LA in that one.
Yeah, we all had LA in that. Nobody was taking the Wings. The Wings cannot play defense. They've got to get rid of those fucking boat anchors, Thomas Chabot and Jeff Petrie. No offense, but both those guys fucking terrible.
Are you talking about Sherratt?
Ben Sherratt.
Oh, did I say Thomas Chabot? I meant Ben Sherratt.
Sherratt.
The other French fucking Canadian fucking guy.
How are they going to get rid of Sherratt at 5-point-something million? I don't know what Stevie Y was thinking when he gave that out.
Robidas Island. I think he was thinking the cap was going up, and he ain't that worried about it. They're not in any kind of cap problem. Oh no, it's 2-0. Dark. It's 1-0. No, I had it 1-0 already. Was that? Yeah, I had 1-0. Yeah. Who's on the? Is that Carlo Covacchio for TSN on the TSN feed? Hey, by the way, I'm a little bit more excited about this Dave Poulin hiring for the Ottawa Senators fans. We need our friend Gabby to show back up. I really would love to see Ottawa fucking do something, man. Like, really, they've actually had some pretty good runs. This is open. What do I have here?
I flicked this Jets Sharks game on here. Looks like San Jose, like 13 minutes left in the first. The Jets have 2 shots. San Jose has 1. This is a bit of a snoozer so far.
Yeah. I am not watching any of that game. If the Jets don't win it, it will be the most shocking result since Edmonton lost to them. I love San Jose. I can't wait for them to get Macklin, Celebrini, and rebuild. They already have Will Smith. Yeah, Eklund is a good player. They've got some good young guys.
Zetterlund, he's good too.
Yeah, I like Zetterlund. Yeah, so we'll see.
The Jets are picking it up now. I'm watching it right now. They're starting to pick up the pace a little bit.
Yeah, because they're just too good.
Again, got him on the puck line. Then I added a Josh Morrissey assist prop before the game started.
If a Canadian team wins the cup, I want it to be one that's never won one like Vancouver or Winnipeg, or one that hasn't been there in our lifetime in like the Toronto.
I'd love the Jets to win the cup.
Yeah, I wouldn't care at all. Would not break my heart. One, Rick Bonus. It'd be a big fuck you to everybody to let that guy walk. And then and when I say that, I mean Tampa / Dallas. And you know, Pearlo, you and I have been on this DeBoer. I'm gonna change the thing because we can't see Pearlo. You're all right, Pearlo. I'm just gonna change the thing. I don't want you to have to move too much. You did already kind of center yourself so you could watch the TV and sort of look at the screen. So I'll just go to the wide shot. It's no big deal. Because how else could I do this?
Oh my god, dude! The U.S. was down 2-0.
I took
a live bet on the draw, but I should have took a fucking live bet on USA to come back.
I thought as soon as I saw we were down 2-0, I was snowblowing. I was like, fucking, I told Rico and Pearlo there's no guarantees. Pearlo's like, they should smash Finland. Did you watch Finland play this year?
I still say they should have smashed them. They didn't play their best game against Finland.
They didn't come out in that game.
Tim, that's what I'm saying. No, I think real hockey fans would love to see the Leafs win. It's not going to hurt the Leafs brand. They need to win one at some point with that talented players. But they got to add defense. They got to figure it out there. We'll see. I mean, dude, I two of my best friends, Rico and Hot Take Hockey, John Viveros, are fucking diehard Leaf fans. I grew up Doug Gilmour being my favorite player. He still is my favorite player. I have a Flames Doug Gilmour. I have a Leafs Doug Gilmour. I need to reacquire my Buffalo Sabres Doug Gilmour, but
if the Leafs don't win the cup, is what I'm saying. Like, Leafs win the cup.
I know, but you're saying like I know for a fact Sam McKee would not be happy if he's like, I don't want any other team in Canada to win, and I get that, but I just anyway. It's going to be interesting. All right, boys, let's preview the games for tomorrow. We got a shit ton of them. It's going to take us the rest of the night, probably be here till 1.
Three
Yep.
games.
Yep, 3 whole games. 3 whole games.
Yeah.
3 whole games for your gambling enjoyment. And we will not preview the weekend games. Guys, follow Pearlo, get on his website, give him some money, man. This guy knows what he's doing. I've learned everything about gambling. I know from Rico and Pearlo and their ability to gamble, and they do really well. I know they work with the ice guys a lot. They're good at what is going on. NHL's website is not good now. Not good. I couldn't find that poll, by the way. I wanted to pull that poll up.
I just noticed that I forgot to put the Kings game in for freaking jerk. I hate it when I do that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we all were on the Kings there. Okay, so we have another plus 310 road dog.
Yeah, 345 I got. Chicago.
You're getting 345 in Canada? Okay. Hey, now, Philo, what I understand, gambling is not legal in Quebec. I got that from the Cole. You can't gamble there? So I know Ontario has gambling. But Alberta, does Alberta have? Is it different?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so each province has different rules and stuff, and different books or something.
Different books, yeah. But I mean, you can play any Canadian book you want. Alberta.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Alberta's like the Midwest here in the U.S., right? I mean,
yeah, where you can pretty much do anything you want here, man.
Blackwood's feeling it tonight, boys.
Oh yeah.
Oh jeez.
Yeah.
Okay, so Hawks at Devils over under is 6. I actually like the over in that, and I would take the Devils all day.
Yeah.
You got Soderblom in net for Chicago.
Forget about it. New Jersey team total over 4.5 or whatever.
Okay. Yeah, everybody's on the Devs on that one. Okay.
New Jersey team total over, pick a number, whatever you want. They're gonna Soderblom is horrible. Soderblom. Yeah.
Soderblom, call it whatever you want.
Soderblom, yeah. Soder.
Oh, hey, I lied on that Blackhawks. That over under is 6.5. I have over under 6.5.
I would take 6.5. New Jersey should score 7 on them.
Yeah, that's a bad typo on my part, guys. That's over under 6.5. That over under is for the Caps Canes game. Over under 6. I actually like the Canes in this game, and I would actually maybe take the under. But the Canes have been scoring now. Svechnikov's found his touch, so it might be the over. I said the over, right? Yeah. So I like the Canes in the over in this one. Pearlo and Rico, how are you guys on that one?
That's a pretty easy pick for me. Canes props all day. Washington, 3rd game in 4 nights. Carolina's going in there off a huge win. They need no momentum. They're going to keep it going tomorrow night in Washington.
Yeah, in fact, I'm going to put that in right away because you're getting a pretty good price at minus 171 right now. So I'll take
it's minus 166 here in the U.S.
Oh, even better.
I laugh because they know so little about hockey here. And sometimes you just get some ridiculous lines and it's like, oh, they don't watch the games. They just made something up.
I mean, Carolina in regulation right now is basically even money. Why would you not take that?
Darkness likes over the Devils for the first game. Yeah, I would take Canes. They're just a better team. I love my Caps, but that's not going to be a fun game to watch. And I probably won't be watching it at all anyway.
I'm laying a couple units right now on Carolina in regulation.
I'm not going to pop that one up.
Yeah. I would lean especially with Kemper in that. I would take Carolina team total over too, because Kemper just has not been good. I'm pretty sure it's going to be Kemper.
Kemper's actually been really good for he's been really good. If you look at his numbers, he's been good. Hunter Shepard was awful last night. Kemper's actually won a lot of the games for the Caps he's played this year. He just hasn't been Charlie Lindgren good, and it sucks that we lost Lindgren. Yeah. So he hasn't been terrible, Pearlo, but he just hasn't been. He hasn't been as good. all save percentages down across the board for everybody, and so it
What I kind of mean by that is he hasn't been Kemper good. He's been about average, and I think the Capitals need somebody like a lot better than that based on their team.
I think they should entertain trading Kemper if they're out of it. I think Kemper has got a nice, pretty solid deal that's not real expensive, and there's a lot of teams that could use him. And I would keep Charlie Lindgren, and I would go with him and try to add another goalie through the system there. Final game of the day is Jets at Ducks plus 160 over under 6. I actually am going to take a flyer on the Ducks at plus 160 just because this will be the third in 4 nights for the Jets, and it's a back-to-back. And I actually liked I thought Dostal played an insane game in that game. By the way, I did think the Leafs did get away with interference in that overtime. He totally bodied a guy up against the boards with the puck wasn't there at all. And then that guy had to rush to get back into the play. And it was Matthews who was wide open. So I was like, oh, that looked like interference, but I was like, whatever. Hot Take didn't even respond to me. He streamed yesterday. So I felt bad I didn't make it in there, but sometimes, when we're doing this, it's that's why I like to do the late ones so I can join. If you're a big streamer fan and you want to watch these games, we can stream. Check out Flying Fluffy. He's streaming. He's a big Florida Panthers fan. He's a former Air Force guy, pretty cool guy. He's a big Panthers fan. So, and that game's 1-1, and you can get Jeff Chitrin, Jacob's dad, at the intermission if you're watching it on Valley Sports Florida. So going to be real interesting next year. Hopefully all these regional blackouts are over. The unfortunate thing for me is Root Sports Northwest is the one that I can't get. So it has nothing to do with the Valley Sports buyout, but we'll see how that goes. All right, fellas, what are your closing thoughts?
I didn't do Winnipeg Anaheim.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. You guys pick Winnipeg, Anaheim. I apologize. I thought you were all on the Jets.
Anaheim's been in a slew against tough teams, too. Oilers, Leafs. Now they got the Jets. I mean, Dostal stood on his head. Of course, now it's going to be Gibson. If anything, maybe the draw again, but Anaheim has lost a couple or so in a row. Depending on how this game goes tonight, if Winnipeg, for some reason, loses to San Jose, I'm all over the Jets. But if not, maybe a bit of an under in a draw. I don't know. Anaheim's playing good defensively, but the Leafs got a ton of shots last night on Dostal. So the Leafs could have won 4-5-1 last night. He got peppered for a while.
That's why I wanted the Ducks to win that game. I had the Ducks obviously in that game because I said the Leafs always play against bad competition poorly. But I don't think the Leafs played bad at all. I just think Dostal was incredible, and I really would have liked to see him get the 59 save shutout. That would have been awesome.
I just don't think Anaheim has enough offense. Now you got Leo Carlson, Troy Terry's still out. Where do you get from Mason Marchment, Zegras?
Well, no.
Mason
Marchment plays for the Dallas Stars, doesn't he?
Or McTavish, sorry.
Yeah, McTavish, but they have Zegras back, and they also have if they don't have Troy Terry, they still have Adam Henry. They still have some solid guys there, but yeah, I mean, they should have, especially with the Leafs defense. Sorry, they should have been able to put a little bit more pressure on them, and they did score a shorthanded goal. Maybe
a draw in the under there.
Sweet. Matthew Roy got his first goal of the season. I have him and my fantasy team.
I got McTavish being back in the lineup tomorrow.
Yeah, McTavish is playing. McTavish is playing.
Terry and Carlson that are out.
Okay, yeah.
They're missing Leo Carlson. I doubt Leo Carlson comes back this year. I think they were already kind of not playing him on back-to-backs, and because his growth plates aren't done growing. He could be 6'6", 6'7" by the time he's done growing. He could be. It's so crazy how good that draft was last year with Bedard. We know he's good. Fantilli looks like the real deal. Carlson went second. Fantilli went third, right? And then Shane Wright, who went fourth? Cooley. Who went fourth last year? I'm sorry, I'll look it up.
I'm doing it off the top of my head.
2023 NHL draft. Yeah.
Was that Arizona pick where they went off the board and picked a Russian defenseman?
No, Will Smith was the fourth
Will
pick.
Smith, San Jose Sharks.
So Connor Bedard, Leo Carlson, Adam Fantilli, Will Smith. Montreal drafted David Reinbacher. Arizona drafts Dmitry Simashev, defenseman, 6'4", 198 pounds, playing out of Yaroslava. And then Matvey Michkov, Ryan Leonard, Nate Danielson, Dalibor Dvorsky. How about 17 Axel Sandin Pellikka? You all have been watching. I've heard he's just been incredible in the thing. He went 17th to the Red Wings. They get another great Swedish defenseman. And that was a pick that was originally the Islanders, then Vancouver, and then Detroit got it. I think Detroit got it in the Philip Roenick trade, so that worked out for them. They didn't have to play Philip Roenick, and even though Philip Roenick's a great player, he's doing great for Detroit. Was like, we're not there with Roenick, so we can trade him. He's a good player. We can move him for assets. I love it. Eyes are plan. But number 23 is interesting to me. Yeah, the Russian kid Matvey Michkov, who, by the way, all reports are, like Keith Jones said, he is playing very, very well. It's going to be unbelievable. He could be the best player from that draft, man. And we're not going to see him for 2 more years, so he's going to come in a man. Gabe Perreault, 23. And then Bradley Nadeau went 30th to the Carolina Hurricanes. And then how about Gavin Brindley, 2nd round to the Columbus Blue Jackets? Just some names I've been hearing around. I also like Andrew Cristall. I know he didn't make the Team Canada this year, but
there's a lot of people that were pissed about it.
The Capitals got Cristall in the 2nd round, 40th overall. Not too shabby for a guy, Kelowna Rockets guy. So a lot of good players. I think we're going to see it. I think this is going to go down in history as a really great draft. And we still don't know, all these kids from the late rounds who will come up 6'5", 3, 4, 5 years later. So yeah, Roddick's been good. He's been really good. I think the big problem with Vancouver is Soucy's been hurt. So they've had to mix up their D-core, and that's been an issue there. But they'll get there. Yeah.
Boys, somebody's going to have to buy Mackenzie Blackwood a tomahawk steak after this game.
Oh, yeah?
The Jets are just peppering this guy.
Okay. Well, let's get your final thoughts.
Well, I didn't do the Anaheim game yet either. But I can't trust Anaheim. I don't care if it's back-to-back. I think Winnipeg's going to – I think Winnipeg is taking a lot of perimeter shots here. They're just kind of hoping they can not kill themselves against San Jose and, they pull out a win. That's what I think they're doing there.
Pearlo, you and I know that's a mistake. You're not going to play that David Quinn team and not get some effort, though, right?
Yeah, I mean, teams generally do that. Like, if you think you can beat San Jose more perimeter and save yourself for the Ducks and win both, it's something that you try to do. So you can take
that is true, though. Winnipeg looks like they are kind of letting up a little bit.
Yeah, they're not going to go balls out. They want to win both of these games. Maybe the third they'll bring it on a lot more, but they're going to save themselves for this Ducks game. So I'm going to take Winnipeg. I think they'll win them both. I think they'll win this one and they'll save themselves for Ducks. And I just don't trust the Ducks. I
didn't realize Terry and I knew Carlson was out, but I didn't realize Terry was out for them.
They did get back Isaac Lundestrom finally. He was out for a long time. That helps out a little bit, but
yeah, Drysdale needs to stay healthy for them too. I mean, he was a high pick. He's a guy I could see them maybe trading. I think Verbeek's going to gut some of that team, and maybe because they're so far away from so I'm on the Devils TT over 3.5, Canes and Reg, Anaheim TT over 2.5. Yeah. Brisbois in net for Winnipeg, by the way, in Anaheim is what Tim says. Well, yeah, that makes sense if Hellebuck's playing tonight. So,
Has Brisbois been bad? Brisbois hasn't been too bad, has he?
All right, guys, let's get your final thoughts. No, I think Brisbois has been really good for them, as from what I understood. So I'm sticking with Anaheim just because it's plus money, and I like to throw plus like money on dogs that I think can win games. This is a back-to-back for Winnipeg. By the way, Vegas is on the power play. It's still 1-1. I will go through the scores while you guys are thinking your final thoughts.
I go back to that the whole accountability thing, and hopefully we can get back on that again. To me, it's the biggest thing that I have an issue with the league. I actually love the game today. I love the speed. I think it's fantastic to watch. I think it's wonderful. A lot of the things that they've done to speed up the game and all that kind of stuff like that. But accountability on the ice between players, to me, they got to do something about it. You're not going to be able to make rules to get players to be accountable. It has to come from a philosophy. Like it has to be understood.
The players have to police the game. I agree.
Yeah, it has to be understood. Like it was always an unwritten rule. There was a whole bunch of unwritten rules. And if you do this, it's this. If you do that, it's this, whatever the case may be, right? And I think they have to bring that back again, because somebody's going to get hurt real bad. I really do think somebody is going to get hurt really bad the way there's such little accountability between the players right now. So that's my final thought.
Rico?
My final thought is I like to go with updated predictions, just like I did last night. And one new player has entered the Norris conversation, in my opinion. 36 points in 37 games is Noah Dobson from the New York Islanders. He's entered the mix, boys. The guy's he's catching fire, especially with those injuries on defense for the Islanders right now.
That's awesome. And they've needed him to kind of, they've been waiting on him. So, yeah, they're winning 4-1. Just to give a real quick, did you finish your thought there? I didn't want to cut you off there.
Yeah, that's kind of all I wanted to say. And, just a surprise that Boone Jenner was the first one called for Columbus in the All-Star game. I know Goudreau, Fantilli were topping the team in points, but, surprising that's Boone Jenner's first. So, good on him that he's going there. Hopefully Fantilli's there too. But
isn't he injured right now?
Who?
Jenner.
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know. I'll have to look.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, is he?
6 weeks.
So he's not going.
See, why do we even name a guy like that then if he's going?
Because
but maybe he'll say I'm not going and give it to him. Maybe the guy that gets named should be able to hand it off to somebody else. But then you get off the team. But
if you get named an All-Star, you're an All-Star, whether you go to the game or not. So
yeah, that's true. It's cool. On your resume for your next contract, right?
Yeah, so they'll appoint somebody, and I think it'd be great if they appointed Fantilli. Isn't Fantilli an Ontario kid?
Yeah.
Sorry. Hey.
Pizza. It sounds like my parents' dog when the pizza guy shows up.
Oh, my God. I'm so sick of these dogs.
It's a good way to get Columbus Blue Jackets in the papers a little more. Generally, like we just talked about Columbus for how long here, and then they get to put out another guy, which is probably Goudreau.
Vegas on a 2-man advantage. I was just going to say, for my final thought, rumor mill are, since you brought up Columbus, that we could have a Detroit Red Wings, Columbus Blue Jackets outdoor game in Ohio State's arena, the Horseshoe. And also, a lot of times they do in the States here, you guys may not be aware, but they do it like in Boston and stuff. They have the Boston colleges play each other in those outdoor games before the NHL ever plays in them. So they do 3 or 4 games on these outdoor arenas, which makes so much sense. So they might have a Michigan-Ohio State hockey game there, which would be awesome. University of Michigan, Ohio State would be really cool. And then I know there's not a huge rivalry between the Blue Jackets and the Red Wings, because the Red Wings were in the Western Conference when the Blue Jackets first came in. Now the Blue Jackets are in the Metro, and the Red Wings are in the Atlantic, so they don't play each other a shit ton. But it would be cool. And then the other rumor I'm hearing is it could be Chicago and somebody. I could see Chicago and Detroit, or I think Chicago, Minnesota would be really good too, because they're really close. They're not far away.
Do it at Soldier Field.
Well, it'll be at Wrigley probably.
Yeah.
The baseball arenas, from what I've been told, are the better ones from the people that have gone. So, but anyway, I appreciate everybody that came out tonight. Thank you so much. We'll see you guys back here Monday, 10 p.m. Eastern. We're Monday through Thursday now, the rest of the year until the playoffs, and then I'll probably go every night. We'll see, just for 30 to 45 minutes, depending on how many games. The first week of the first round of the playoffs is literally my favorite time of year.
Dude,
in the NHL.
If I'm doing this stream in playoff time, which I probably will during Leaf games, I'm just gonna go absolutely goddamn bananas.
It'll be good. We need that.
I'm used to going over and watching it with my buddies. There's 3 of us, but I mean,
but you could do that too, though, Rico. You don't have to be here for it. If that's your MO, go do it. Now, I'll just say this hasn't helped the Leafs win the Stanley Cup, so you can't be superstitious about it. So,
we're so superstitious, dude. Like when we're sitting there, the 3 of us watching the game, he's got this little Leaf lamp that he turns on or turns off, and we're like, shut the goddamn lamp off. We need a goal, or they just scored, or turn it on. To like, there's just different shit in a room that we need to move around if they have to. Oh, dude, yeah, it's very superstitious when we watch the game. The 3 of us, it's like don't fucking move. I gotta go to the bathroom. No, they just scored, so you don't go yet. It's stupid shit, man. But yeah, it's fun. Maybe I'll bring the stream over there, or whatever.
You can do that. I would be fine with it. The only thing I would say is, don't feel obligated if that's your normal thing. Me and Pearlo can hold it down. I can hold it down myself. No worries. But I love having you guys. It's so much better. I don't have to talk.
This is fun too, man, because the chat can blow up. We could be going wild together. We've been following the NHL all year. The 3 of us have spent so much time together every night going over the games and stuff. So like, I'd hate to do anything else now.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. We'll just play it by ear, because I don't want you to neglect your other friends for us too. You guys already donate so much of your time to me. So, but we'll get some new equipment for you coming soon, new headphones or new whatever you guys, maybe new microphones or whatever. We'll get you going. Maybe new streaming laptop or something. If Rico's shits the bed, Pearlo shits the bed, we'll figure it out. So I may not be able to pay you guys, but we'll send you stuff. We'll figure it out.
Well, I'm gonna have some time off for the next little bit, because our store, we just had a meeting at 3:00 today. Basically, they all had us on a Zoom call, and like we're closed.
Do you want to talk about this after the stream is over?
Yeah.
No. I was just gonna say you might not want to air all your. I want to hear it, Rico, but let's end the stream.
Yeah. It's good news anyway. So it's good news for the stream. It's good news for everybody in the chat. We're still going strong, so it's awesome.
Awesome. Thank you, everybody, for showing out. I appreciate you. Everybody have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday.